Good morning. Good morning. Well, yes, hello. I welcome to Glamz Closet, and my apologies for canceling yesterday. I was seriously ill, um, and uh, and a little worried about my sister. She knows what I mean. Yeah, I'm just kidding. But she is alive, and I'm so happy about that. um, it's an inside joke, guys. Don't worry about that. I am back from Mexico and had a wonderful vacation. Not a touch of anything wrong until, oh man, we hit the airport really early and then our flight got delayed. So we're stuck at the airport for a while and we ate airport sushi, which I strongly do not recommend. Now, my husband came through it with an iron stomach, and he was fine. I was fine until about 6 hours after, maybe, and that is when I started getting the first indications that maybe everything wasn't okay. And sometimes you get a little bit of food poisoning, and then sometimes it turns into an entire hell weekend when you meant to come back and just jump right in and start listing. So, life happens. So I had to cancel, literally, I had to cancel my live yesterday. I simply could not guarantee that I could stay in front of a camera for more than 5 minutes at a time. I just wanted to make sure that I could guarantee that. So let's start off by saying hello to the chat. Good morning. Happy Sunday, everybody. Anyone who's up. Good morning, Card Shop. Thumbs up first in chat. That's why he's got the trophy, guys. Um, Ronnie, good morning, Veronica. Hello, hello, hello. I hope that your Sunday morning is somewhat lazy. I know you've got some chores to do, but hopefully it's not too bad. Good morning, beautiful dehydrated sister. Good morning, Aunt Boo. Aunt Boo is actually away at a writer's retreat this weekend, so she's doing something interesting and wonderful. And I 100% support her. But man, was I glad to talk to her yesterday. I just felt miserable, and she's always the one I want to see. So yeah, a little dehydrated, sis. But we're getting back to good. Good morning, P. Murph. Hello. Hello, beautiful. Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your day yesterday. It's always great to see you and so entertaining. The voice of the gods. This man is so gifted. He's hilarious, just hilarious. And I had a great time with you yesterday. Thank you for the visit. Asia Dancer, Kristen, hello. It's fall, honey. We've been waiting all year for this. We are some fall girls. Viva la grandma and lamp booty. Kristen, it's nice to see you this morning. Oh, Michael, hello. I'm on the mend. I'm feeling much better. I've been on, yesterday I could hold down soups. And today I have actually had some success with coffee and crackers. So, I'm on the mend. I'm on the mend. And, I have learned a valuable lesson about airport sushi from Mexico. And it may be all airport sushi, to be fair. But yeah, when leaving Mexico, please do not stop for airport sushi on the way out when you have avoided Montezuma's Revenge all week. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done. Oh man. But lesson learned. Esme, good morning. Welcome, sweetheart. How are you? How are you? What a cute necklace in your avatar, too. I love that. Girl, you got some good taste in jewelry. Get you some coconut milk and some electrolyte packets. I have been drinking Gatorade. So the Gatorade, I think, really, really helped me last night. I think that's why I have any energy this morning whatsoever. Land Shark, good morning. Dunna, 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 dunna. Good morning, Land Shark. It's nice to see you. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. I equally had a great time and much needed it. Thanks to you and the wonderful Hell Chat. You know what? We absolutely love you. So it's It's nothing. Janet and Bryn, good morning. Oh my God, I was going to reach out to you guys and I didn't know if you had internet still. Please let me know that, well, obviously this is your way, hopefully, of letting me know that you're okay and that you're safe and sound. I heard about Ian meandering up to North Carolina a little bit and got very, very concerned. Let's see. We finally got back on. Oh, thank God. I am so happy that you're okay and that everything is okay, or at least that you two are safe. That's the most important thing. And Janet, Bryn, so much love from the Glam fam. And you tell Frankie he's got Christmas treats coming. Don't think he doesn't. Esme, a fellow reseller crafter, made that butterfly necklace. That's what it is, a butterfly neck. I can only see kind of the top. Yeah, I can see that it looks like a butterfly. What a pretty statement piece. My God, that's really pretty. What a mess. I can only imagine what your property looks like right now, guys. I am so sorry to hear that. Thank you so much. It was pretty rough. We love all of you so much. I am likewise. Trust me. I just tackle hugs. I'm literally almost in tears right now because you guys are okay and that you're in the chat. I seriously, I am. That's very touching. Thank you. Okay, well, ignoring my serious side. Good morning, Chuck. Go Packers. Good morning. Happy Sunday morning, Chuck. And please give Marcy our best as well. Some of the funniest people on YouTube, I think. I mean, you may or may not like their sense of humor, but honestly, well, let me put it this way: you may or may not like the the level of discourse that we talk about on Thursday nights, but I find it completely hilarious. I love people who do not hold back and are actually just naturally funny. And Chuck and Nate are literally just naturally funny. Like they just woke up that way. And that is a rare gift. And thank you so much. Good morning, Tina. How are you? How are things going in Tina's world? It's nice to see you this morning, sweetheart. I'm so glad you could make it. Thank you so much. And I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday morning and have some good coffee on you. Good coffee on you, good coffee around you. You know what I'm saying. So I apologize for looking. It's a little death warmed over this morning, but you know, I was like, I need to go see. I need my people. Hey, Sag Travel, good morning. Sorry. Oh my God. Good morning, sweetheart. I'm so glad that you're here. It's funny because the travel, I just got back from Mexico. I was just telling the chat. And I had a gnarly experience, not in Mexico. I had a wonderful experience in Mexico, although I do have some notes about maybe a few things, but we'll get to that in a second. But overall, I had a fantastic time. But on our way back, doggy, I had airport sushi, honey. Don't do that. Don't do it. Do not eat airport sushi. I'm sorry. Thanks for the kind words. I'm misting up. Oh, well, turn the fan on. Good morning, Mom. It's nice to see you. Mwah. Hello, baby girl. Well, I'm calling her baby girl. She's Mom. But, I'm Glamz. So that makes, I don't know, in the ranking, we need somebody to be like Glam Baby. Mom, good morning. It is nice to see you with your gorgeous hair. She's so fashionable. She is so fashionable. I love that. I love a fashionable gal. So we'll be getting to the news of fashion in just a second. But I did want to just kind of update us on the news on Glamz Closet. I am back from vacation. So Saturday mornings, 10 a.m., we'll resume live chat and coffee with Glamour every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Come see me, say hi, hang out. No selling, no nothing, just kind of hanging out with other people. Tuesday, October the 4th at 6 p.m. Central. We were going to do a very spooky Thrifts and Giggles, but we weren't expecting for me to come back ill and unable to tape for a couple of days. So instead, I'm going to actually go live on Tuesday at 6 o'clock, just for 2 hours from 6 to 8 p.m. We're going to go live and we're just going to list together. So everybody's going to list together. Now, Veronica, every other Thursday, Veronica Mitkate on her channel has a live listing every Thursday night, every other Thursday night at like 9 Central, I think, or yeah, I think it's 9 Central, 8 Eastern. So, or 10 Eastern, 9 Eastern, 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Maybe Veronica, you may want to put that information in the chat because girl, I'm screwing it way up. But yeah, just make sure that you check that out too, because it's so important when you work by yourself, I think, to have coworkers. So I consider all of you like my colleagues, basically, because I technically own my own business, but most of us work alone or maybe with one partner. MD Picker, good morning, Shay. I see you. How are you, beautiful? How are things going? I hope things are going well for you, going great on your channel. There we go. Okay, so Ronnie, there we go. It's relist and relax. By the way, don't call her Ronnie. That's me. She she doesn't like it when I call it to her. Relist and relax this Thursday, and there is the link for that. But yeah, you're right, Mom. It is motivating, and Tina, you're right. It does increase your accountability. It just, it just, I think, plus, like I said, getting together, it's our water cooler moment together. To let everyone know what's happening around the reseller world and what's going on in the office, so to speak, and who got called to the principal's office that week. We all know who the principal is, or we know who the principals are, I should say. So yeah, everybody's saying hi, and while everybody's saying hi to each other, oh no, you might have to miss this Thursday. Do you have a school thing going on? Kristen is she is a teacher, and she is very involved in the school, as all good teachers are, and a lot of times they actually make her do stuff. So Kristen, hopefully it's not a bad thing. I have 2 lovely men in my house, but neither want anything to do with my comics. I know the feeling. Michael, because I'm like, oh, I just got this new order in from ThreadUp. I'm so excited. And my husband's like, yeah, okay, whatever. He's like, yeah, that's cool. Cool story. Take your top off. I mean, it's kind of like that. He's just like, whatever with the reselling. He's like, oh, yay. And I'm like, stop trying to pretend. He does, he works with electricity for a living. So he does, I could give you his job title, but I honestly couldn't give you the description. It has to do with very big electricity for the utility company, where it's like, I don't know, a gajillion volts or whatever they do, like stuff that you wouldn't find in your average home, but for like cities and stuff. So that's why we don't really explain our work in too much detail to each other, because for me to explain to him the history of, I don't know, the history of like, why Versace jeans are so important for me to find, or for him to try and explain to me one of those diagram things that he tries to explain to me, it's just, honey, forget about it. So, we talk about lots of other interesting things. Oh, Kristen, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Kristen, because it's not copyrighted anymore. I heard it on the news. Happy birthday to you. Everybody say happy birthday to Kristen. Mwah. We love you. No, it's my birthday. Good reasons. Work will be back to work after this past week's HOCO activities. Oh, homecoming. Yeah. Yeah, homecoming. Well, I remember that. That was fun. My husband's not so interested in what I do too. Thank goodness I have you. I think a lot of us have that, you know. Honestly, they're just not, you know, I mean, it's a different thing. American Honey visited the front office this week. Oh, okay, girl. You're gonna have to let us know about that later on. Probably not a good idea to get into right now. I think. Oh, I bet he loved the restaurant drama. What was the restaurant drama? Okay, we got to know about what the restaurant drama was. LOL, I just envisioned him with his hand in the air yelling, "I've got the power. I got the power." Yeah, it was copyrighted and then I there was a that was actually overturned. Um yeah. Oh, my husband when I worked in the hotel. Yeah. Yeah. We had a really great time at we went to the Royalton Riviera Cancun. And I recommend it in as much as I would recommend any, you know, tropical thing. The problem that we had when we got there, and this was not the hotel's fault at all. It has nothing to do with the resort's fault. This is nature at its, you know, we know nature this week, do we not? Um, we uh we got there and I got off the plane and I was like, why does everything smell like an FART? And I was taught not to say that word by my mother. Of course, she doesn't like the other words that some of the other words that I say either, but you have to draw the line somewhere. So the whole thing smelled like booty. Like we were like, what is going on? It smelled like sewage. And we get to the resort and it still smelled like booty. Everything smelled like butt. So I was like, what in the world is going, does the entire country smell like this? Or does the entire city smell like this? Is something going on? Maybe there's a sewage backup or something. What we found out was that there's something that happens in the ocean, and specifically, it tends to happen in the surrounding areas when there is a hurricane or a tropical depression, and it's called sargassum. Sargassum, Sarggasm. So they took basically two of my favorite words in the English language, mushed them together, and turned it into a seaweed situation. And what happens is it's basically just excessive seaweed. So the beaches were just like, we went down to the beach and it was 10 times worse. I was like, oh God, we got to get out of here. And the seaweed was just piled up on the shores. It was like there was no clear shoreline. Yeah, that word does make its own jokes, right? So yeah, we figured out that it was sargassum, and it was such an unholy smell. The weird thing though is that it's kind of like being in the monkey house at the zoo. We walk in and you're like, holy cow, this is so awful. And you smell it for the first 2 minutes. You're like, I'm gonna, it's so bad, right? And then after about 5 minutes, you don't notice the smell anymore. And it was kind of like that. So we didn't really notice the smell after like the first couple hours. Every once in a while, we would walk into someplace that was air conditioned and walk back out. But the smells, and that's when the smell would hit me, and I'd be like, "Oh, what's that smell?" And Dennis is like, "It's the same smell that you've been smelling, honey." So yeah, it's weird. Yeah, look it up. It's a real thing. It's sargassum. Yeah, coastal towns stink during hurricanes. They do. And it was just, and it's just, I mean, like I said, there's nothing the resort has to do with that. That has nothing to do with them. But there were some funny things that I noticed. Here were a few of my takeaways that I didn't notice and that nobody told me about Cancun. And I'm not sure if it's Cancun in general, the resort specifically, I'm not sure, but here's what I found out. First of all, for some reason I was expecting all of the resorts to have an interior hallway like a regular hotel, and they do and they don't. It's an interior hallway, but that interior hallway is open to the sky, which means that things can come in and leave. And we found this out the very first night on our way back from a magical dinner. We come back and we're walking down the hallway and we look over and we see that there is a raccoon who is dining on the room service plates. Now, my husband had had a lot to drink at dinner and thought he was really funny. And so he goes chasing the raccoon and I'm like, you're going to end up getting rabies. So I'm like, stop, get out of there. So, and then of course the raccoon hid in something in the wall and my husband moved over the room service. He picked up somebody's room service tray, moved it over to the raccoon so that he could eat the fruit from the room service tray. So I thought that was a kindness. But yeah, the raccoon I was not expecting. In Missouri, I would expect that. In Cancun, I did not. I don't know why. I didn't think they'd have raccoons down there. I mean, they have them here. I wasn't expecting the size of the insects. I was legit shocked, and I shouldn't have been because everybody's like, oh yeah, the insects are huge. No, like huge. I had a katydid that was, guys, look at the size of my glasses. I had a katydid fly over my head and land on a window, and like he was like this far over my head, land on a window while we were eating dinner because we had dinner outside one night, and this katydid was literally as big as this. It was a grasshopper, biggest grasshopper I've ever seen in my life. And there were more than one. And the waiter, the guy who was seating kept coming outside and he would curse in Spanish and then start kicking them away. And he sounded like he was kicking footballs. They were big. I mean, they were really big. So that was quite shocking. And that was hilarious. And then we only saw like one cucaracha while we were there, but that thing was huge. That was like ginormous. And some dude was like, oh yeah, I just saw a scorpion. And I'm like, great. That's great. That's fantastic. But I knew it wouldn't sting me because I'm Scorpio. So it'd probably sting me if I step on it. Anything will sting you if you step on it. That was a joke. But we did see there was an infinity pool, and the breeze was perfect. And we did, because we are so stinking Irish and pale, we were slathered in sunscreen 20 minutes before we even left the hotel room. We would slather up in sunscreen, walk around. I mean, every single square inch, walk around with no sun, with all the sunscreen and let it sink in. And then we would put on our swimsuits and then, and our flip-flops and stuff and head to the pool. And then when we got to the pool, when we set our stuff down, the first thing we did was spray ourselves with the SPF 70. And so we avoided sun poisoning and sunburn. And that is an important tip for you. So if you go to the Caribbean, if you're pale, might I recommend just spray tan before you go or something? If you want to come back with a tan, get a spray tan while you're there or something. But don't take the risk of getting skin cancer. And for God's sake, don't take the risk of ruining your vacation with an awful sunburn. Please make sure and do your sunscreen in the hotel room before you head to the pool. Good morning, Jen. Hello. Mwah. Good morning, baby girl. It's nice to see you. Thank you. I think big bugs in Alaska too. I had no idea. And you wouldn't think that, right? You think you'll pass on the giant bugs? Yeah, I was ready to pass on those too. Didn't see a whole lot, but the ones that we saw were wow. American honey. Yeah, I heard about the state bird of Alaska. Oh, is it a mosquito? Uh-oh. The big black scorpions don't bother you. It's the small tan ones. Okay. Sorry. Probably I should have read that before I put it up. But yeah, the small tan ones that are the jerks. Yeah, that sounds about right. They have like little scorpions disease, right? They have Napoleon complex. So, yep, Mr. Michael, they will tear you up. Oh man. Yeah. Well, luckily, not that I know of, we avoided those. So that was good. We avoided most mishap. We did though, when we were checking in, we let the front desk know that Thursday was our, anniversary, or not Thursday, but Tuesday. Tuesday was our 25th wedding anniversary. And then we had a sommelier on Monday night, a sommelier named Ian. which is kind of weird, because Ian's been a popular name this week, or notorious name this week. So read the black and white script, Burgundy. Yeah, exactly. So our sommelier was asking us Monday night if we wanted wine, and I said no, not tonight, but I'd like to pre-order my champagne for tomorrow night's dinner, and I want to make dinner reservations for tomorrow night if we can do that. So he made us reservations at the steakhouse, pre-ordered the champagne. By the way, we when we got married, we had what was Moet White Star at the time, and they changed the name to Imperial. It's the same champagne, they just changed the names. But they've got a new version of the Moet White Star Imperial, or the Moet Imperial, and it's a demi brut, which means it's still brut, but it's got just a hint of it's a demi sec. Sorry, it's a demi sec. So it's got a hint of prosecco, like a sweeter version of Moet. But it's not so sweet like a prosecco, because I don't like sweet wines. But it's still crispy, and it was just absolutely lovely. And it was called Moet Imperial Ice Demi Sec. And so it was still Moet Imperial. It's what we drink on our anniversaries. But it was absolutely crispy, lovely, a little expensive, but that's to be expected when you buy a bottle of Moet. And it's anniversary. So we just had the most fabulous dinner. They brought us in like VIPs, put us in like the special wine cellar section, which was a little bit lower than the rest of the restaurant. Oh, and here's what I did not know. All the restaurants on the property, not one of them was air conditioned. Not one. Not one. The gift shops were air conditioned. The front desk area was air conditioned, and there was the casino was air conditioned. Thank God, because Glamz went to the casino. But other than and the spa was air conditioned. Other than that, just the rooms and that was it. Like all of the public areas, the coffee shop, all of the restaurants, nothing else was air conditioned. So there was less air conditioning than I thought there would be. So I was, in danger of overheating almost all the time. But luckily, they had lots of cool beverages, and so they were cool like that. Good morning, Marketplace. It's so lovely to see you. Hello, good morning. Oh, look at the pretty avatars. Is that a fall avatar? Yes, honey. Or a fall emoji. I love that. You should try Segura Vidas. It's a tall green bottle with a pewter crest on the bottle from Spain. Some lovely sparkling wine. Oh, good. Yeah. As long as it's not too sweet. I really don't like. I'm one of the few people who hate prosecco. I don't like sweet wines. I don't know. It's just a wine snob thing. And I started drinking wine too long ago, before they had too many super sweet wines on the market. So maybe that's it. It's just a personal taste thing. I'm not dogging out anyone who likes sweet wine. But it's, if something's like a brut or a very dry wine, I enjoy that very much. But this demi sec was actually very good, because it had just enough of a hint. It's kind of like Pinot Grigio, where it's got just enough of a hint of sweetness to it to give it to make it perfect. Not too dry, not too sweet. It was just right in the middle. It's a brut. I'll have to try that then, for sure. Michael, that sounds intriguing. And I do like Spanish wines. Hey, Bama, good morning. There he is. I was wondering where Bama was. Okay, well, I wasn't, but now I am. Hello, Bama. Welcome. It's good to see you this morning, John. I hope everything is going well for you down in Alabama, and hopefully you're not also affected by this hurricane business. This thing is all over the place, it sounds like. I mean, it's affecting the weather everywhere, and it made our resort smell like butt. So those were some interesting things that I didn't see coming. The water, we drank bottled water while we were there. The entire time. So that was good. We stayed hydrated. we made so many friends. We had like this giant pool gathering every day where I mean almost every day we would spend like at least a minimum of 4 hours in one of the outdoor pools. And we made so many friends from all over. So if any of our friends, if any of our new friends are watching today, which they're probably not, how would they know? But if any of our new friends are watching today, just know that we will be returning emails today since I am not as deadly ill. And thank you so much for all of the fun and the hilarious pictures. And Adrian and Bridget, well, much love to you up there in Toronto. I hope that your flight home was good or is good if you're not going home right away. So that was news of yeah, that was what I did on summer vacation. So yeah. Ping, good morning, Ping. It's nice to see you. I hope everything's great in Cali. I hope everything's great in Cali. There's a category 4 on the west coast of Mexico, probably responsible for that smell. Please don't talk about chicken fingers again. No, this wasn't chicken fingers. Yeah, that smell. So yeah, that's what happened there. On October 20th, guys, we have the bar live on Veronica Mickey's channel this October the 20th at, I believe I have it down for 8:30 p.m. Central, which is 9:30 Eastern, and 6:30 California time, Pacific time. It's still warm in California. It just started getting chilly here, Ping. We got like, I mean, it's like 70s during the day, and then it's like in the 40s at night. And this is my favorite weather of the year. I love a little bit of a chilly weather. I love it so much. It's what I call baking weather, and that's when banana bread gets made, kiddos. That's when the good stuff happens. So check us out on October 20th. The bar is live on Veronica Mickey's channel. We'll be doing promos leading up to that. And then on November 3rd, which is almost a month away, a little over a month away, we have a live auction pajama party on my channel, and that is for my birthday. So my birthday is November 3rd, and I will be none of your business. I'm at that age now where it really is nobody's business anymore. Let's just say I'm a woman of a certain age. We will be, and what I'm doing is I'm not actually auctioning. I'm auctioning one thing because it's going to be hilarious. But what we're going to be doing is a live auction, and I'm going to have some special guests on who I have invited. And I am actually, there were 2 invitations that I'm waiting to hear back on. So, and then I have a long story short, we'll have about 5 people doing auctions and auctioning off stuff. And really it's just a birthday celebration. And honestly, guys, I just want the watch hours. Brutally honest. And I want those watch hours before Christmas. So let's get them for my birthday. And plus I thought a pajama party would be fun. Plus if you want to see me get, a little bit buzzed maybe from some champagne on television, that's going to be me. So it starts at 10 o'clock Central and goes until 3 a.m. Central on November 3rd. So yeah, put on your pajamas. I'm going live in pajamas. Ping, you don't mind telling everybody you're 74 years old because you look younger than me. If I looked younger than me, I'd tell everybody I was 74 too. You look good, girl. You don't crack at all. Even though I have been rounded up over the next 50 birthday, missing in action on the YouTubes. Next weekend. Oh, happy birthday, Michael. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We have to send you something cool. I'll put you on autoplay after this. Oh, yay. I'm happy to be on autoplay. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Wait, Ping, you're 74. No, I call lies. Yeah, how can she be 74? Right? She's like, see what I mean? She's got like the youngest looking face. I love the pajama party idea. Thank you, Kristen. I hope you can join us for at least a little bit before you go to bed. Yeah, no, Ping, I saw you in person. She said that photo is 20 years old. Ping, I saw you in person on a live, and I know for a fact that you look younger than I do. Not that that's hard to accomplish. I'm a smoker, but still. My God, you look so young. I was shocked to find out. Oh, you might be birthday buddies. October 8th is Michael. I think October the 6th is Kristen. Am I right, Kristen? Dear God, please tell us your secret. She's probably living right, which you're not going to do. Yep, on Bama Picking and Grinning channel, you look a lot younger, Pink. Yeah, she's like, seriously, she looks so young. Jamie, hello, good morning. Thank you for popping in. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you so much. Good idea, auto plan your channels. Oh, guys, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. I really appreciate any time that I get from anybody. The fact that you're spending time with me is seriously an honor and a privilege and something that I do not take for granted at all. What, 3 pots of coffee and 2 packs of cigarettes a day isn't healthy? You know what? They keep telling me that, but I'm just saying, my grandpa was 82 when he died, and his chain smoking, coffee drinking booty. Plus, okay, here's the secret, guys. My grandmother passed away in 2009. She was 102 years old. Her mother passed away in 1969 at 103. So you can understand maybe why it's, I'm like, oh, my 50s, whatever. Yeah. So I'm like, honey, I'm picking out the dress now. You're probably going first. And he's like, oh yeah, I know. I planned for that. So my best friend is October 7th. So we have the 6th, 7th, and 8th covered. Anybody else? I'm not until, your boyfriend. Sorry. Your boyfriend is October 7th. So we have 6th, 7th, and 8th covered. Anyone else? I'm not until November 3rd. I'm sorry. They won't let me move it. They won't let me move my birthday. Can you believe? Although I do like November 3rd because it's right after Halloween. It's loads of fun. Halloween has always been one of my, it's my top 2 holiday. Halloween and Christmas are my top 2 holidays. Love both of those. And let the record show I've requested a carton of cigarettes to be put in the incinerator with me. Facts. Yeah. Patrick, I'm not wasting a carton like that. Sorry. You better have somebody who's not a smoker do that. A smoker would just be like, you'd have an empty carton with you. No, I'm joking. To honor you, I certainly would. I'd be mad at you about it, but I would do it. So that is what is happening on Glamz Closet. I turned my closet back on Wednesday night because we were leaving on Thursday morning, and I sold a pair of Coach sneakers from a casino in Cancun, and I shipped those out yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. And so I guess my question to ask the chat is, hold on. Halloween, not partial to that or anything. Honor. Yeah. Amen. Right. You and I think you're my soulmate. My daughter's favorite holiday, decorate the tree with Halloween ornaments. I found Halloween tree skirt and had it sent to her. She said she loved it. I bet she did love it. I bet those of us who love Halloween love it with a tireless passion. It is always fun. Oh my God. Ryan, you're wrong to do that to us, and you know why. Now we've got waffles and syrup envy. Now everybody has waffle envy. I am so dying for a waffle right now. I'd love one. Raquel, good morning, sugar. How are you? Mwah! I missed you, baby girl. It was nice. It's nice to see you. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Jennifer Hayes sneaking in with a mom, not even saying hello, girl. Good morning, sugar. Good morning, gorgeous. It's nice to see you. Meal motivated. Yeah, in this case, we are too. See, Ping loves waffles too, and yet there's no sharing. All we get is a delicious description. I don't know, Ryan. We might hold that one against you. I know, right? Waffles, hot syrup is the best. See, now everybody's got waffle envy. Now I have to call Waffle House and places to go order so I can go pick that up. There's no way I'm making waffles this morning. I'm just not ready for that yet. Mission accomplished. Nice. Thanks. You're meant to cause envy in the chat. So I sold a pair of Coach sneakers, and then I got back and I turned my Posh Closet. My Posh Closet, I had it automatically to turn back on when I got back, and then I did a little bit of sharing, and then I sold a Build-A-Bear poodle with the poodle skirt. Oh, Mama's French toast from Cracker Barrel is my kryptonite. You know what? I have had the French toast at Cracker Barrel, and I know exactly what you're talking about. And their maple syrup, no joke. By the way, when we were in Mexico, the funniest thing, we would go to the breakfast buffet every morning because it was just easier, or order room service. And they spelled maple, MAPPLE, like an apple. So it was maple syrup. So we had maple syrup every day. Call me crazy, but I like Canadian syrup. Well, they have like maple trees up in Canada. So yeah, I don't think you're crazy for that. I mean, I'll call you crazy, but not for that. The Canadian syrup is good. It's like, Vermont or Vermont. So yeah, I wish there was a Cracker Barrel nearby. We have one that's not too far from us, Ping. And it's dangerous to have a Cracker Barrel that close. Do you know they make their own biscuits? Girl. And their sausage is off the chain. And they have this hash brown casserole that is deadly good. Deadly good. So good. I do a Christmas buffet, Christmas Day buffet. We do Christmas in pajamas at my house. I do a Christmas Day buffet, and every year I order 2 very large pans of their hash brown casserole because everybody loves it. And they just, we just eat all day. What other nationalities have syrup? I think all nationalities have some form of syrup. I'm pretty sure. Oh, she needs to send me a DM about a listing. Okay. Girl, you know where my DMs are. Hit me up. Hit me up, boo-boo. Aisha, that's my baby girl. So my question is, do you turn off your closet when you go on vacation? For those of you who have eBay stores, Poshmark closets, or Macari, I don't know if they have closets or stores, but a Macari presence. Do you turn off your stuff when you go on vacation? And if you turn it back on, do you turn it back on before you get back from vacation, or do you wait till you get back from vacation and then turn it back on? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat what you guys do. I turned on, Poshmark has a thing. Poshmark has a thing that you can it's like an automatic thing where you can set it up to turn it off on a certain day and then turn it on back on. So I usually turn it on the day before I get back from vacation. So that way I can go ahead and start generating those sales again. And so that Posher VA will pick up on that, and start sharing and stuff like that. But I'm just curious about what everybody does. PJ Christmas, that is definitely the best way. Yeah, well, Jamie, after enough years of we had 3 kids, and we have a blended family. My husband's ex, who is, by the way, fantastic. I love her. We go on vacation, seriously, like, she is fantastic. Her and her partner are wonderful. So But we have so many Christmases in our family. We have, like, everybody's got, grandparents, great grandparents, so many houses that they have to stop by. And because we have a blended family, there's like mom, stepmom, dad, stepdad, that all of that. So uh so we have Christmas Day in pajamas, and we just kind of do an open door. And we just basically, I just toss food out there, from time to time. I throw stuff in the oven, let it cook. I prep everything in advance, throw stuff in the oven, let it cook. And then, you may show up at lasagna time, you may show up at salad time, who knows? But everybody shows up at different times. And I just, at any one point in time, I've probably got anywhere between 20 and 40 people in my house. And it's just kind of a rotating thing. And everybody's welcome to show up in sweats and pajamas and not get ready. And, it's just for the parents and the grandparents it's so much easier for them, I think. So that's why we did that. Plus, I don't want to have to get up and try and put on clothes and makeup on Christmas. That's not my thing. That makes it not Christmas for me. Oh, Canadian syrup. Oh, I think you're thinking of sorghum, Ping, like sorghum molasses. So Ryan turns his off for the week when he's going out of town. So you turn it off for the entire time that you're going out of town, Ryan? I've heard a day or two early is good if you can. Yeah, I usually wait until it's impossible. It would be impossible for me to ship it until I get back. So it was actually the day before I left on vacation that I turned mine on, but I think that's right. I don't go on vacation. But depending on the time frame, I might. If I'm only gone for 4 days now, just extend my handling time on eBay. That makes sense. There's a delay in your listings getting back into rotation when you go on vacation mode, so turn on ahead of time. Yeah. Yeah, I like to have mine back when I come back. For Poshmark, and I turn it off and then turn it on a day or two before I come back. For eBay, I turn it on vacation mode and turn it on when I come home. That sounds about right. That sounds right. That's for Poshmark. That's the exact same thing that I do. And for eBay, I don't really mess with it because I don't get that many eBay orders. I do have an eBay store and listings, but I don't get that many orders. Oh, yay! Champagne. When I went on vacation, I put my eBay store on vacation a couple of days before I left and had it turned on a couple of days before I got home. I think that's smart. Very cool. I'd show up at lasagna time. Jamie, I put more effort into the lasagna than I put into anything else on Christmas because everybody's done ham to death by then. I mean, Christmas Eve, and they've done all of that stuff. I make a lasagna that is ask Aunt Boo. I send one home with all of my brothers and sisters. When I make them, I make an extra for my brother, my sister, and my brother-in-law. That's their Christmas gift, and it is that thick, and it's huge, and it's super, super heavy, and they take them home, and that's what they eat after Christmas because nobody wants to cook after all of that. Everybody's been cooking and doing all week. So thank you, Jamie. You'll have to show up at lasagna time. On eBay, I don't use vacation mode. I just extend my shipping expectation from 3 days to 5 days. See, that makes sense. That makes sense to me. Can I come to your house for Christmas, Glamz? Of course you can. Veronica, are you kidding? Your family, honey. Get on over here. He said off the entire time. Yes. Okay. Time. Yeah, we know. Yes. Yeah. Sorghum. It's sorghum molasses, Ping. And sorghum is way stronger than maple syrup. For me, with sorghum, it's best if I like using it in recipes. They're really strong molasses. But for ginger snaps, they make the very best ginger snaps. And your ginger snap will be crispy on the outside and kind of almost like a macaroon where it's crispy on the outside and it's a little tender on the inside. So good. So good. If I show up with mascara and concealer, you're lucky. Honey, if I show up with mascara and concealer, I'm lucky and it's my house. I'll take time for 500, Alex. My significant other loves sorghum. He would buy 6 jars of it when we went to a steam engine event. That's you know what? That's not a bad thing. There are people who grow up on that sorghum molasses and strap molasses, and they love it. They that's their thing. My dad loved sorghum, just straight up sorghum. He loved it. Good morning, Cameron Mitke. How you doing, baby boy? It's good to see you this morning. I hope everything's going well over at Gravity Goods. On time for went to Oktoberfest yesterday. Lightweight hangover. Nice. Lightweight hungover. That's okay. Plenty of water. Gatorade. One of my best hangover cures is just honestly just eat a big old greasy breakfast. Get a good nap. Take a couple of ibuprofen. You should be good as new. Hopefully you don't have to work somewhere today. That would be awful. That would suck. In other news, I do have fashion news for those who are in the fashion industry. There's an interesting change happening with Burberry. Richard Tichy. He is the creative chief officer at Burberry right now, but he is actually leaving as of October the 3rd. And Daniel Lee, who is the former creative director of Bottega Veneta, is actually taking over at Tichy's spot. And the reason why this is important, the reason why I bring this up for our clothing resellers is this. With Tichy on his way out and with Lee on his way in, and with the recent passing of Queen Elizabeth, there is with the recent passing of Queen Elizabeth, there's a lot of interest in British fashion right now. That's sort of reviving, right? And Burberry is one of the biggest names in British fashion ever. I don't think anybody would argue that. It's one of the most well-known names, certainly. When Richard Tichy came in, he really took the original Burberry and like the Novacek and things like that and sort of elevated it and did some different things that Burberry had never done before. And as a result, there was more branding, market branding, sort of like the Chanel t-shirts, and things like that. So he sort of brought the market to a bigger audience. So there was that sort of flood with Lee coming in and Tichy leaving. I think we're going to see less. I think we're actually going to see a pullback, and rather than sort of relaunching the brand on t-shirts like they do with Dior and Chanel. I think what you're going to see is more of a pullback and more of a concentration on the haute couture, and specifically on the redesigning of the original Burberry trench, but creating something a little bit new with the Novacek. So I think it's going to be interesting to see. I think Burberry is a brand to keep an eye on. It's always a brand that you want to pick up. If you see it out, pick it up. You're not going to see it out every day. And it's always one of those surprise bins brands. So it's always one of those bins brands that you may or may not be able to pick up. But if you can find it, it's like finding a gold nugget in the middle of a pond of rocks. So it's pretty incredible. So just keep an eye on Burberry. There are some other things going on that I have just, fashion wise this fall, everything's still, here's what I'm seeing, the street style from, I see it from Saigon. I saw it from Milan. They did street style New York, and I'm seeing it on the runways as well. This is what I'm seeing. The pants are baggy again. Do you remember You've Got Mail? Do you remember You've Got Mail? And Meg Ryan is wearing like these baggy pants and really baggy cardigans, and then she's wearing like these tiny little tops. That's what's happening right now. Clunky shoes, big pants, big cardigans, tiny little tops. It's the 90s all over again, kids. That's what's happening right now in fashion. So that's where we are in fashion. And that really honestly kind of wraps up the show for me for this week. There's not a lot going on. Like I said, I just got back from vacation. But it just that's sort of, it is what it is. But I didn't want to. I don't want to, when people subscribe to you, take it seriously. Take it very seriously, because they're counting on you for something, right? They're watching you for some reason, whether it's for entertainment, education, whether it's, so they can hang out with their friends in the chat, whether it's, that this is their, sort of water cooler, their office water cooler, whatever it is, whatever they're following you for, each and every subscriber is really valuable. That's valuable to you. So take them very, very seriously, and, fulfill what promises you make. You have to fulfill, unless you are deadly ill, which really, really I was. I could not sit in front of a camera and be 100% sure that I could sit still yesterday. So I am back from the dead, but I did want to check in with all of you and just let you know that I appreciate, I've gotten so many well wishes and so many wonderful messages from everyone. And I really, really appreciate that. I think you're incredible for doing that. Melissa, hi. It's good to see you this morning. Hello, gorgeous. How are you? Melissa, I do look forward to doing a collab with you. So I don't think that's out of my head. Hey, Allie Dell, good morning, sweetie. Oh, look. Oh, little pug pics. I love pug pics. I really don't like big pants. I prefer skinny jeans. Might have something to do with me being 4'9". Everything is too long. Honestly, I'm the short one of my friend group, so I get that. People give me pants and stuff like that, and I'm like, really? Now I have to go hem something. I mean, it's so silly. It's ridiculous. Hey, cops, what's up? How are paranormal things? This is the month for paranormal, so I'm assuming that paranormal things are going well. Hopefully, everything is in the spirit world is calm, and everything's gearing up for holiday. Let's see, there's Halloween, and then there's Day of the Dead right after, right? Like the November 1st, I think, is the Dios de los Muertos. You'd think I could speak better Spanish, but I really don't. Sorry. I do know how to say, where is el baño? Where's the bathroom? So, bathroom, pina colada. I learned a lot. I learned a great deal. Let's see. Buenos suertes, which was, I think, buenos suertes. That was good luck. We heard that a lot in the casino. Didn't have it, but we heard it a lot. It was nice. Mas tequila, yes. Dia de los Muertos. Thank you. Dia de los Muertos. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I probably am not. I mean, I'm quite sure I sound very American saying it, but Jamie, thank you so much. Me too, honey. Ooh, that was gnarly. You do not want for, and again, if I can impart just one piece of life lesson advice for anybody, and I try not to give unsolicited advice. I don't think it's right. I think that most of the time unsolicited advice sometimes gets very, very unwelcome responses. So I try not to do it, but I am going to give you this one piece of unsolicited advice, and you can take it or leave it as you wish. But I would avoid airport sushi in foreign countries at all costs. Avoid airport sushi. And maybe not, you know what? No, not even in foreign countries. Just avoid airport sushi. You have no idea where their sushi's been. So, and most of them I'm quite sure are lovely and safe. But after 3 days of walking around eating, barely, the first day I couldn't even eat. I couldn't eat crackers the first day, guys. It was that bad. I couldn't drink water. It would just come right back. So I would say, yes, I would probably be very, very cautious about that. So anyway, that's my Halloween horror story. But otherwise, I do want to send a special shout out though to the staff. and the ownership and the management of the Royalton Riviera Hotel in Cancun, Mexico, for being absolutely lovely during our entire stay, very accommodating. Every single person that we came across was just the customer service was a whole different beautiful level. I mean, it was just amazing. It's not your fault about the stinky beach, so we are not worried about that. Oh yeah, I really was sick. Like I had I had just horrible food poisoning, like sharp pains and like literally this morning was the first time I woke up where I felt like I hadn't been punched in the stomach after doing 100 sit-ups, dehydrated. I mean, it was that bad. So, but these things do catch up with you. I actually am starting to lose my steam a little bit. I'm not quite back on a completely normal schedule yet, as far as like eating and my energy goes. But I'm so glad that I got to spend some time with you this morning, everybody. I really, really appreciate it. And, I just want to let you know that, Tuesday night, I hope to see you guys. We'll be again 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is 7 to 9, I think, Eastern, and 4 to 6 on the West Coast, and 5 to 7 Mountain Time. And yeah, I really do have a unique view having been in the hospitality industry. So yeah, honestly, when it comes to customer service, I know what whole nother level looks like. And that was a whole other level. So yeah, bottle water and don't eat food from the street vendors in Mexico. Yeah. I mean, I hear that the street vendor food is actually okay if you get it from, you have to watch and see where the cabs pull up, because the local taxi cab drivers will only eat at the places where everything's fresh and it's really good and they don't use that water. So yeah, just look out for the cab drivers was the tip I heard. We didn't eat street food at all. We didn't even leave the resort. We weren't there for educational purposes. But that's those are really good tips. Take care and no more sushi. Yeah, sushi in general I love, but man, I don't even want to look at a piece of raw fish for the next year probably. It was that bad. Oh my goodness. So anyway, it's time for me to jump, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate all of you being here this morning, and take good care of yourselves, no matter what you're doing. And we will hopefully see you Tuesday night. Like I said, we're just going to be hanging out and listing. We're not selling anything. We're not doing anything, just hanging out and listing. So if you've got an auction to be at, go be at the auction. Good morning, Holly. I was just getting ready to hop off. Yeah. And yet I learned something. No airport fish. Exactly. I'm not eating airport fish ever again. Never again. I'll stick with crackers at the airport. So everybody have a wonderful week. I hope it starts off with a bang, and I hope you have a fantastic time. And I will see you guys on the flip. Mwah. Much love.